With this Hunter build, your Stasis tokens create Stasis Crystals on impact, and every Stasis Crystal becomes a nuke that can clear out every enemy in the area. If that, as well as constant thrust armor and high ability uptime interests you, then this is the build for you. If you just want the build and no explanation, then here's the subclass setup, and the artifact, and the armor mods, and this is the armor set. Just go back and pause if you need to, otherwise check the dim and mobilitic links in the description. We're now going to jump into an explanation of how everything works so you know how to pilot this build. We don't waste any time here, so let's get into it. Now, Stasis Shurikens, or Withering Blades as they're officially called, are at the center of our build, and when we have Mask of Fealty equipped, every impact, every hit, every bounce will create a small Stasis Crystal and refund melee energy. Damaging those crystals or any frozen target with another Withering Blade will shatter them instantly and create a spread of smaller Withering Blades, which can create even more Stasis Crystals. And we want as many Stasis Crystals as possible because with the Monument of Triumph update, all Stasis subclasses can now intrinsically generate Stasis Shards the same way that every Stasis subclass could previously. So we'll be generating Stasis Shards just by shattering crystals or frozen enemies, as well as by defeating frozen or slowed enemies. That means plenty of Stasis Shards, which also grant a little health and melee on top of the damage resistance, and with the Grim Harvest aspect, we get Frost Armor, and when we have Frost Armor, taken damage grants class ability energy, so we can dodge for more melees, which gives us a really nice loop. We can also use Icebreaker to break the crystals if we're too far to be accurate with our melee. Icebreaker's whole niche is to refund ammo when we damage a slowed or frozen target, or when we get final blows with everything except Icebreaker, and that's including our abilities. That means you should always have ammo for Icebreaker. What makes this build really good though is our Cosmodrone armor set, which turns every Stasis Crystal and powerful combatant into a nuke waiting to happen. When we get Area of Effect final blows, or simply when we get a final blow with a Withering Blade, we get stacks of Warmind charges, and each stack increases our grenade and weapon stat. We don't care about the stat boost too much, but it is nice to have. What we really care about though is the 4-piece effect, which creates a solar explosion when we destroy a Stasis Crystal or defeat a powerful combatant whenever we have a Warmind charge. For the veteran players, your crystals become Warmind Cells, and the solar detonation is that of a Warmind detonation. And that is our build. Everything else simply enhances the focus of creating Stasis Crystals through Mask of Fealty and turning them into nukes with our armor set. We won't go through everything else in the build, but we will go through a few things. So we've opted for the new Shatter Grenade for this build. You just throw it at crystals or frozen enemies and they will shatter instantly. We're using Touch of Winter as the other aspect, so the enhanced version has more shatter projectiles and we get some grenade energy when they hit frozen enemies. Our fragments are all standard, nothing special, so no need to go through them. For the artifact, we've gone for the Implement of Curiosity, and the most important mods are Elemental Coalescence, Refresh Threads, and Shield Crush, as they all increase our ability uptime. Cauterized Darkness is also another important mod, as we get to deal increased solar damage to targets that are slowed or frozen. So our Icebreaker will deal more damage, and whatever power weapon you use will deal more damage as well, assuming it's solar, which it should be. For your stats, all you really need is as much melee as possible and then 100 in class. Warmind charges stack up to 10 times for a total of 30 extra stat in grenade and weapons, so take that into account. You can bump up your grenade stat to increase the damage of your shatter grenade if you want to, but melee and class is more important, so focus on that if you have to. With that, there is nothing more to cover. Again, check the description for the dim and mobility links for the full build, as well as some more guidance. I'm presenting this build a little differently to how I have previously, so if you liked the format, or didn't, then please let me know. As always, thank you for watching, have a great day.